Annual chess fans can once again check how they stack up against other players of the centuries-old game. The 8th Annual Broome County Chess Championship, Francis Cordisco Memorial, takes place this weekend. The two-day tournament is broken into two sections based on players' rankings, with those under 1,700 and those over 1,700 split into separate competitions. Up to $500 in prize money is available depending on the number of entrants. Founder and tournament director John Cordisco says chess is the great equalizer. It doesn't care about a player's age, race, or income.
People that come in to see a tournament, they told me later, they go, wow, it is really intense. I mean, there's nothing going on, there's no sound, but when you walk in, you can just feel the tension because you've got anywhere from 10 to 20 players just thinking as hard as they can.
Each player is guaranteed 6 games over Saturday and Sunday. The tournament is held in the back of Cordisco's Corner store at the corner of Robinson and Shenango in Binghamton. Registration begins at 9 a.m. Saturday with play starting at 10 each day. Call 772-8782 for more information.
Competitors meeting their matches at the annual Broome County Chess Championship. 15 players are squaring off in 6 different rounds at Cordisco's Chess Center in Binghamton this weekend. The tournament's director says he started the event 8 years ago because there wasn't a competition like it in the area, also saying it's great for everyone.
It's a game and a sport. It's an interesting hybrid, and it's got a worldwide following. It does so many things that are good for your mind, seniors, young people. Teaches them discipline, teaches them self-control, teaches them actions have consequences, and it's one of the games that's the cheapest to play.
The championship continues Sunday with the last 3 rounds.
Hi folks, John Cordisco back again. Round 5 of the 8th Annual Broome County Chess Championship Francis Cordisco Memorial was played over the weekend at my chess center here in Binghamton, New York, upstate New York. Round 1, I just showed the video, put it up yesterday. Rounds 2 and 3, they were basically beginners, so there's not really much to learn there. And in round 4, I completely lost the little bit was left in my mind. It's just horrible. I got my queen trapped in the middle of the board by like move 15. There's no instructional value at all to it, believe me. It just sucked. This is round 5, so I've got 3 out of 4, and I'm going into this game. And Harold Riley is white. He's rated 1464, and I'm 1401. I used to be close to 1600. I lost a couple hundred points in the last couple of years. Sometimes your life interferes with your chess. That's the way it goes. But anyway, it's a really interesting game. Harold's beaten me before, and you know how it works out in Swisses. You have to win. And so I needed this one very badly. So let's get to it. Riley is white and I'm black. It ends up being, I'm not sure what this is, some kind of weird Grunfeld, I'm not sure. Maybe it's knight f3 sideline, I'm not really sure. That's what the computer calls it. We both castled. He played his knight out. I decided to get kind of aggressive right away. Instead of going knight c6, probably what I should have. I want knight e4 right away. Because if knight takes, pawn takes, and pawn comes up, I just wanted to start pushing right away. But he went c3. And I went c6, just to reinforce my d5 pawn. He took, the knight went to g5, and I went f5 right away. Now, it shows over a point advantage for white, but I think I'm okay. I really am. I don't see a problem with any of this. f3, pawn takes. He played bishop takes, and that is a choice of the computer by hair's breadth. E takes f, I think almost all of us would have done. And here I was looking at the position for a while. I seriously considered e6, but I want to block in my bishop, even though it's the computer's choice. Bishop f6 to chase the knight off. I want queen e8. Now the computer didn't like that at all. What I wanted, of course, was this. I wanted e5. Bishop to f4, just developing. I kick his knight. Now, interesting enough, queen to b3 check, of course, is the computer's choice, and I had looked at that. There's no real danger here. Queen checks. I can go e6, not a problem. But the other move is bishop takes b8, because you can see what's going to happen here. If he goes knight here, I kick the bishop. Bishop comes back, and then I push the pawn again, and I fork his pieces. Of course, he saw that and decided to get rid of one of the pieces. I looked at this a little bit. In retrospect, I probably should have taken the knight with the h-pawn. But we're on move 13. Now, this is only game 75, so you can't waste too much time in the beginning. I took with a rook. It's a close call. Knight to h3. Now I go e5. And I'm back in the game. I think I'm doing really well here. I'm not killing him by any means, but I think I've got a really decent position. Pawn takes. And this was another call to make. Queen takes, bishop takes, but the move I didn't see, or didn't even consider actually, and I probably should have, and this is one of the lessons I think to learn. When you see a simple recapture, look for something better. Now, queen takes, bishop takes, it's a coin toss. But look at g5. I didn't see that. And I should have. But I took with the bishop. He went bishop back to g2 because he saw the pawns were coming. I went g5 anyway, and I think I'm doing okay. I'm not winning by any means, but I think I've got a lot of space. That knight on h3 is kind of worthless right now. He goes e3 to stop my pawn storm. To develop my bishop, I decided to go to e6. That comes back to f2 because he really wasn't doing anything there. And I hit his queen. He goes queen to c2. Now this I thought about for a little while. You know what, chess is funny because I play these guys all the time. They play in my, I have about 8-10 tournaments a year, so I know this guy. We played, I've watched him play a million times, we've talked a million times. So I'm thinking to myself, this was more of a psychological move, I think, than anything else. Queen to e7 is probably decent. Bishop back to c7. I decided to go queen to h5. Just put that queen right in his face. Computer didn't hate it, but it didn't love it either. He goes rook a to d1. And computer didn't like this move at all. At all. It liked bishop c7 again. I decided to push it open. I went f4. And it went from almost a pawn advantage for black, about a pawn advantage, to a pawn and a quarter advantage for white. That's a 2-point swing. That's a lot. But again, I was using, we'll call it psychological pressure. Those pawns coming. A little intimidating. And it happened just the way I thought it would. He went queen to e4, which looked like a really decent move. He's probably thinking, I can't protect. I can't protect the bishop. But what we didn't see was f takes. Now he's stuck. Because he can't take the bishop. Because queen mates. He has to take with a pawn. Rook takes. Oops, excuse me. Rook takes. In here, I was really surprised he didn't play knight takes. But he decided to take the bishop for whatever reason. I really don't know. We didn't go over the game later. And I saw this sequence coming up. Rook takes, king takes. And he didn't see this coming. Queen of d1 mate. Can't take with a knight because the knight's pinned. So I felt pretty good about that. This isn't the greatest game in the world, but it was really important to me. I wanted to get some of my confidence back after that fourth round loss, the round before, where I just completely played like a 2-year-old and it was horrible. So I had 4 out of 5, and the young man that beat me when I played really badly he was still moving up. There's another young man, Tony Zhao. He was moving up as well. I had to have this game in order to have any chance at all at first place. It's a 6-round tournament. This is day 2. Saturday we played 3 rounds. This is Sunday. This is round 2 on Sunday, so it's round 5 with 1 more round to go. So anyway, folks, there you have it. My 5th round game from the 8th Annual Broome County Chess Championship Francis Cordisco Memorial. I hope some of our bad play and even some of our good moves taught you something. I certainly learned after going over it later. Those simple recaptures, you have to look for other moves as well. Anyway, folks, look for 1 more round from this tournament for me. The decisive game. And as I always say, if you think chess is just a game, you're not playing it right. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.